Polish Christmas is a time of warmth, family, and deep-rooted customs that stretch back centuries. It's a season where every tradition, from the quiet breaking of a wafer to the clatter of dishes at the dinner table, carries meaning. These customs blend Christian beliefs with older, pre-Christian rituals, creating a celebration that feels timeless but uniquely Polish. At the heart of it all is Wigilia, the Christmas Eve celebration, which holds more importance than Christmas Day itself. The name Wigilia means vigil or waiting, reflecting the anticipation of Christ's birth. Historically, this waiting period included fasting, as Christian tradition required abstinence from meat before major feast days. Over time, this developed into the now famous 12-dish Wigilia meal, where every dish has symbolic weight. The 12 dishes are said to represent the 12 apostles or the 12 months of the year, depending on the region. Each dish is meatless but hearty. You'll often find borscht, beet soup, with uska, mushroom dumplings, pierogi, dumplings filled with cabbage, mushrooms, or potatoes, and the ever-controversial carp. Love it or hate it, carp is a staple on Polish Christmas tables. The fish's bones are sometimes saved as lucky charms, a throwback to older beliefs in protective talismans. One of the most touching moments of Wigilia is the breaking of the opłatek, a thin, unleavened wafer similar to communion bread. Before the meal begins, each family member takes a piece of opłatek and shares it with every other person at the table, exchanging personal wishes for health, happiness, and good fortune. This simple act is one of the most emotional parts of the evening, sometimes bringing tears, especially if family members have faced hardship or loss that year. The opłatek tradition began in Poland's noble houses in the 17th century and later spread to all social classes. Today, even Poles living abroad continue the custom, often mailing opłatek to loved ones across the world as a way of keeping family bonds alive. Another unique tradition is the practice of waiting for the first star to appear in the sky before the Wigilia meal can officially begin. This custom recalls the Star of Bethlehem that guided the wise men to Jesus, but it also reflects Poland's connection to natural signs and celestial movements. Children often watch the sky eagerly, and once the first star appears, it's time to gather at the table. For centuries, people believed that the position of stars and planets on Christmas Eve could predict future harvests or personal fortune. While the deeper spiritual meaning remains, today, it's often a playful task assigned to children, giving them a sense of excitement and responsibility. Another Wigilia custom is the empty seat left at the table, an extra place setting that remains untouched throughout the meal. This is done in case an unexpected guest or traveler arrives, but it also represents loved ones who have passed away. In earlier, pre-Christian times, there was a belief that the spirits of ancestors visited homes during the winter solstice, and the empty seat may be a remnant of that idea. Today, it's seen as a gesture of hospitality and compassion, a reminder that no one should be left out on this sacred night. It's one of Poland's most poignant Christmas customs, especially for families who have recently lost a loved one. Once the first star has been spotted and the opłatek shared, the family sits down to the Wigilia meal. The 12 dishes aren't random selections. Each one carries tradition and meaning. Poppy seeds, mak, found in dishes like makowiak, poppy seed cake, or kutia, a sweet grain-based dish, symbolize wealth and prosperity. Honey represents sweetness and health, while mushrooms, once foraged in forests under the protection of spirits, are a nod to Poland's deep connection with the natural world. Some dishes, like the boiled wheat or barley used in kutia, link directly to older Slavic harvest customs. Food on Christmas Eve isn't just food, it's a reflection of history, belief, and memory. After the meal, attention shifts to Christmas carols, kolędy. Unlike the well-known Western carols, Polish kolędy have a broader emotional range. Some, like Bog Shiroji, God is Born, are solemn and powerful, while others like Przybyjeli do Bethlehem, Shepherds to Bethlehem, are lively and joyful. These carols began as folk songs in the 16th and 17th centuries, later developing into religious hymns that blended Christian themes with folk storytelling. During Poland's partitions, when the country was erased from maps by its neighbors, kolendy often carried subtext about Poland's suffering and hope for independence. For many Poles, singing kolendy together as a family after the meal is one of the most cherished parts of Christmas. Some families still go caroling from house to house, often with children dressed as angels, shepherds, or the three kings. Pasterka follows the Wigilia celebration. The name Pasterka comes from the word pasterze, shepherds, honoring the shepherds who were the first to witness the birth of Christ. Pasterka is one of the most important masses of the year, with churches packed to capacity. The atmosphere is unlike any other night, as people bundle up in the winter cold, walking or driving through snowy streets to attend. In small villages, the sight of entire communities gathering at midnight has an almost cinematic feel. Lanterns in the snow, warm lights spilling from church doors, and the sound of bells cutting through the frosty air. It's a moment of reflection and gratitude for the year that's passed. While Christmas Eve is filled with reverence and symbolic customs, Christmas Day, Boże Narodzenie, is more relaxed. The focus shifts to feasting, family, and fun. Unlike the fish-based Wigilia meal, Christmas Day includes hearty, meat-filled dishes like bigos, hunter's stew, kielbasa, sausages, and pierogi filled with meat. Families exchange gifts on Christmas Day, though in some households, gifts are given on Christmas Eve, often by Gwiazdka, the little star, or an angel, aniołek, depending on the region. This gift-giving figure varies by Polish region, with some areas leaning on older Slavic figures like the Gwiazdor, Starman, a gruff, Santa-like figure who tests children's behavior. On December 26th, St. Stephen's Day, Drugi Dzień Świąt, Poles traditionally engage in more social activities. In earlier times, it was a day for carolers known as kolędnicy to dress up as shepherds, animals, or biblical figures, and go door to door singing for treats or small gifts. While this practice has faded, visiting friends and family on December 26th remains a key part of Polish Christmas. It's a day of rest, reflection, and socializing after the spiritual weight of Christmas Eve and the indulgence of Christmas Day. Magic and folklore also play a role in Polish Christmas, especially in rural areas. An old belief holds that on Christmas Eve, animals gain the power of speech, a mystical echo of older pre-Christian Slavic customs where animals were thought to possess divine knowledge. Farmers would often visit their barns after Wigilia, hoping to catch a cow, horse, or dog mid-conversation. It's more of a charming superstition than a serious belief today, but it reflects the idea that Christmas is a night where the natural world is in harmony with the spiritual world. Another old belief is that whatever happens on Christmas Eve predicts the events of the coming year. If you argue, you'll face conflict all year. If you laugh, you'll have joy. The rich layers of Polish Christmas reflect Poland's history as a borderland of faith, folklore, and foreign influence. Pagan customs blended with Christian teachings, and foreign powers couldn't erase them, even after partitions, wars, and Soviet rule. Today, Polish families in Poland and around the world continue to light candles, set empty places at the table, and sing kolendy in Polish, no matter where they live. Through these traditions, Poles stay connected to their ancestors, their family, and their homeland. Polish Christmas isn't flashy or commercialized. It's about simplicity, reflection, and togetherness. From the quiet moments of sharing opłatek to the sound of kolendy in candle-lit churches, it's a celebration where every action has meaning. For a country that has seen so much loss, displacement, and rebirth, Polish Christmas stands as a reminder that, no matter what happens, family, faith, and tradition will endure. Wesołych Świąt. Like and subscribe for many gifts.